It was vital that the team identify these sexual predators and stop them quickly. But who were these men, and how was CEOP going to find them?
Well, is it possible to characterize the typical offender? It could be anyone. You cannot tell by looking. I have seen young men walk up the steps of court and be convicted as predatory pedophiles. Young men, middle-aged men and older men, women in some cases. You can't assume anything. And we have learned that, unfortunately, the hard way.
CEOP knew that the only way they were going to find the attackers was with the help of the victims themselves. They encouraged the Thai police to meet local children's charities and social workers and ask for their help to reach out to the children of Pattaya. Totally unprecedented in this part of the world, but CEOP's Andy Wells managed to reassure them that the police had the children's best interests at heart. With this knowledge, the charity workers agreed to help the officers gently coax information about the attackers from the children. The CEOP team taught the Thais a specialist interview technique called Achieving Best Evidence, or ABE.
It's more of an appropriate way to speak to a child who's been through a traumatic experience of being sexually abused. They were very keen, and they adopted that approach, and they were interviewed by police officers and by social workers and people able to look after them.
All the patience and care paid off. 5 children, 4 boys and 1 girl, aged between 10 and 15, told of how a Thai bar owner had sold them to middle-aged Western men for sex. The team began an intense process of elimination. Who were these men? What did they call themselves? What did they look like? What cars did they drive? And where did the abuse take place?
You'd start off with a nickname, maybe an area where that person lived and where the victim was abused, and then build up an intelligence picture until finally you've identified who the offender is.
Gradually, the pieces started fitting together.
His name is Bobby. Bobby is still the same.
His real name is probably Robert.
So we took off him.
Right. Arrest warrant for him?
Yes. Monday.
Yeah. Do you have enough evidence to get an arrest warrant?
Yes.
Maybe so.
After 5 weeks of careful, often painstaking investigation, CEOP and the Royal Thai Police could name their suspects. 2 British men, John Horseman and Malcolm Payne, an American called Robert Lund, and a German, Fritz Blackner. The big day arrives. The plan is to split into 4 police teams, 1 for each of the suspects. They'll attempt to swoop on each target address simultaneously. One CEOP officer has stayed behind at the HQ in Pattaya. He'll serve as the contact between the behavioural analysts standing by in the UK and the officers at the 4 target properties.
Very good. Thanks.
Andy Wells is en route to the house of British suspect, 45-year-old John Horseman. 2 boys, aged 13 and 14, identified him as being the man who sexually abused them.
I think my immediate hopes are that, firstly, the target is in the premises. The officers managed to get in safely, and he's secured without any evidence being destroyed, and probably more importantly is that if there's a child there, we managed to protect that child, remove them from the premises and assist the Thais in instigating safeguarding procedures.
Unlike their British counterparts, the Thai police don't have the power to force entry to a suspect's address, so Andy Wells and team can only look on from a distance as Thai officers wait for an answer at the front door. Eventually someone emerges, but it's not the suspect.
Was there someone in there, or nobody?
Should be his relative,
Oh, okay.
but no corporate.
No. Have you got a power to go in and search?
No, we don't have a search for him for this noise.
There are definitely several people inside the house, but is one of them horsemen?
I was obviously slightly apprehensive. There's been a lot of planning and a lot of work that's gone into this, so it would be nice to come this morning and arrest him. But obviously the evidence is there, all the work's been done, so if we don't get him at this particular stage, then at some stage he'll either return to his house, or we'll manage to pick him up somewhere else.
It's not been the best start to the day. Tensions are running high as another team heads for the home of 67-year-old German suspect, Fritz Blattner. He's accused of the abuse of a 10-year-old girl. It's 5 o'clock in the morning, so the team's hopeful that not only will the suspect be at home, he'll be apprehended so quickly he won't have time to destroy any vital evidence. This time the plan works perfectly. Blattner is caught completely off guard.
Accused of having lewd and sexual misconduct with a minor, and we have a warrant to search your room.
So, one suspected paedophile has been apprehended, but there's still no sighting of the British man John Horseman.
Can I just give you a quick update, Claire? They're at Horseman's premises. There's 2 people in the house. They don't know if it's Horseman, so they're just standing off there waiting to someone to let them in, basically.
Okay. Right.
The officers are still in negotiations with the people inside John Horseman's house.
That girl should be the stepdaughter of the suspect. But she has no idea where the suspect is at the moment.
Then, from inside the house, an older woman emerges. After checking police credentials, she agrees to let the Thai officers inside.
It appears this is John's ex-wife, who speaks English, so I'm trying to negotiate speaking to her, see if we can locate him, get a mobile phone number or something like that.
If suspicions about Horseman are correct, whilst he remains at large, he presents a very real threat to children. At the UK headquarters, the CEOP team turn to the known chatter networks around Pattaya to see if they can work out anything about his location.